And just want to say welcome to everyone. And just quick introductions. My name's Lisa Pyron, lpyron at Kiwanis.org, and I'm your contact. So if you need resources, you're having issues, you need, you want this or that, email me and I'll do my best to try to offer some solutions and help. And then, Luana, why don't you say hello?
Hi, I'm Luana Nissan, and I am the Service Leadership Programs Manager. I work with Lisa on Builders Club, K-Kids, and Action Club. So very, very good to be with you. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Welcome,
And we'd
everyone.
love to hear where you are all from.
Mm-hmm. So who wants to share first? Judy, you want to share?
Sure. Judy Unrup. I am from the Michigan district, and I not only have K-Kids, I'm also the past Lieutenant Governor president, plus anything else to do with our own group, our own club. And I'm also the treasurer of that part. And I also have a K-Kids club here in our small town that I help out every week.
Oh, wonderful. Wow, you're doing a lot. Okay.
Well, somebody said something about blue blood, and so it had to go to Kiwanis. It used to be all Girl Scouts, and then they got old and left and, married, and none of the granddaughters wanted to do Girl Scouts. So I had to change too.
So Kiwanis. Well, I'm glad you're doing all this with Kiwanis. That's awesome. And okay, Janet, why don't you say hello?
I'm in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. Little tiny club, little tiny borough. History, I am the current president. I've been in 3 different clubs starting in the 90s. Somebody said to me, "You're going to do this SLP thing." And I said, "Okay." And Lisa knows I'm still going like, "What? How do you do that? What do you mean a report?" So I struggle a lot.
Oh, which is absolutely fine. And Steve, why don't you introduce yourself? Oh, you're still muted, Steve.
I
know it's hard to find them.
I love his background.
I know, I was going to say, nice background, Steve.
Builders Club.
You can download that from our website.
Builders Club and K Club.
Mm-hmm.
And K-Kids. Okay, Christy, why don't you introduce yourself and we'll see if we can come back. Oh, he's having audio issues, I see. Okay.
I also like his builder's background. I am a Builders Club. I am the administrator, sorry, of a Builders Club. So I teach middle school. I am the K-Kids district administrator here in this area. I'm in DC area. I also am the SLP for the Key Club here. I'm on the board at my current location, military. So this is my my second Kiwanis Club place. I have a child that was a Key Club member and earned the scholarship and now is almost done with college. So, and then I have a 5-year-old.
Oh my. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, you're doing a lot. That's great. It's nice to know that you know Key Club, that your child was in Key Club. That's exciting. And okay, Victoria, why don't you say hello, Victoria Road?
Hi, I'm from the Eastern Canada district, and I'm working with the Builders Clubs and the K-Kids clubs again this year. It was a little bit challenging communication. We're still having trouble getting advisors into schools with some of the school boards still not allowing volunteers in. But we are trying, and I think hopefully on the other side of Christmas, we'll be back at it for sure.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you. Yeah, I know that's been tough. And Elizabeth Parker just joined us. So Elizabeth, we were all introducing ourselves. So if you'd like to say hello and what district you're with. Oh, where'd she go? There she is.
Yeah, hi Lisa, it's me, Betty. I was with you last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You see Elizabeth, and I said, I better say Elizabeth.
I know. Hi everybody, I'm with the New England and Bermuda District.
Wonderful.
Second year is administrator.
So we've got a good turnout. And then I think Michelle Shilton's here from our staff. If you want to say hi, Michelle.
Hi, I'm driving home. My mother invited me to pick up dinner, and so I couldn't say no to that. So I'm going to leave my camera off while I drive home. I thought I could listen in the car. So Michelle Shilton, I'm the Youth Programs Director, overseeing kind of all of our our youth programs, which includes K-Kids and Builders, CKI, Key Club, and Action. So thanks for joining us tonight. We're super excited to hear more from you as well. Share lots of updates on our side.
Thank you, Michelle. That's wonderful. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and start with some updates, and then Luana is going to share some things. And Luana is also going to share some the screens when I'm discussing certain things. But right now we thought we would just share a little bit about the numbers. So what's been happening with reactivations and charters. And we've had 4 reactivated clubs this last week, which is exciting. And the number of K-Kids charters already this year is 9. And that is huge. That's greater than we've had in the past. So more charters, more reactivations. That's good news after the pandemic because we're struggling in that area. Also, we thought we would share some information about recruiting. It looks like we had someone call in. Let's see. We want to share, well, our caller's not going to be able to see this, but can hear. On the Discover page, we just wanted to share some information. So when you're recruiting, some great resources are on this page. Of course, it has stats about K-Kids so that you could share those easily. But as you scroll further down, you'll notice that we have a questions and answers section, frequently asked questions and questions. And then we have our K-Kids Club video. And so here you can download the video, and Luana's going to play the video for us. But this is easier for schools. Oh, that's the K-Kids Journal.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm trying to get it so that I can. Okay, here we
It's
go.
easier to
Nope.
see. And it's difficult, I think, showing videos in there it is. Here's our video, and we're going to play that.
It's when a passion for the path ahead is created, when commitment to a course is set. For students in their primary years, a lifelong journey of service starts with K-Kids. In K-Kids, students work together, serve together, and make an early connection to the world around them, because they start with service, developing the leadership skills that come with conducting projects and enjoying the fellowship of kids like themselves, all of them making an impact in their schools and communities. They also make an impact in their own lives. As kids grow, service programs help them become the kinds of students who stay in school and get better grades. They also develop better social and emotional health and stronger ties to their communities. And they get introduced to mentors, adults who help them develop the range of skills that service and fellowship instill. From empathy to empowerment, from collaboration to critical thinking, from problem solving to resilience, and more. Do you want to help young students build character, develop leadership skills? With 1,200 K-Kids clubs and 36,000 members around the world, many adult mentors have.
As Kiwanis members, I think that's what we can do. I mean, we can help kids open up to a different way of thinking that then will impact their ability to impact others.
Here's your chance. Be the inspiration at the beginning of a journey. Help start a lifetime of service and leadership. Start or sponsor a K-Kids Club today.
So that is our newest video if you haven't seen it already. And again, it's available to download on that Discover page. And it's also easier if you're at a school to download it this way, simply because they might have restrictions regarding YouTube. And the video is also on the Kiwanis Vimeo, I believe it's Vimeo page as well. But I wanted you to know where that was at. And then we also wanted to cover the event that we just had for advisors and K-Kids from around the globe. It happened October 1 on a Saturday. And we wanted to share this page with you so that you could see what happened. And there are videos. The webinar was about an hour long. And what we did was we separated the videos by subject so that if someone wants to follow up and see what happened at the event, they can click and get the information. And Luana, why don't you talk about what we did during that hour?
Oh, certainly. You'll see from the segments of the videos that there was a general introduction, and International President, our new International President, Bert West, gave the welcome. And Michelle Studi Campbell, who you may know is our executive director, hosted. She was our MC. So she provided a number of updates about K-Kids this year. And then we had a guest, CKI's International Vice President, Liz Savigny, welcomed and invited K-Kids clubs to join CKI this year to raise money for UNICEF, specifically for this project that you'll learn about in just 2 minutes. And so Trick or Treat for UNICEF. And then we featured some of the service projects that we learned about around the world, a variety of service projects addressing a number of different important needs. We heard from a great actor who is an explorer in this video. He read a wonderful kids book, If Kids Ran the World. And then finally, the last two pieces, we invite you, if you have not shared this with your clubs, if they haven't participated, to share this year's United service project called Kindness Tray Liners and Placemats that kids can create for residents of assisted living facilities, or for partners like Meals on Wheels that distribute food, can also distribute tray liners or placemats to the elderly who are unable to get out and have meals delivered. So there's all kinds of ways that these can be used, and so we encourage you. The instructions are downloadable on the site at the bottom of the page, and there's also a video that shows kids and advisors how to do the project. And finally, there was a short event closing. So the event is chunked out, and clubs, members, advisors can watch portions of it or the entire thing.
And we'll put a link to that in the chat here in a little bit so that you can see that. But before we do that, I want to share a little bit. Luana mentioned Trick or Treat for UNICEF. The video is here, I guess we can share. But Trick or Treat for UNICEF, K-Kids was asked to join with Circle K to raise money for the new Brick by Brick project. And this supports women and children in the Ivory Coast. And to share a little bit more about what this is about, we're actually going to Circle K's website, the page that talks about the project. We'll share the video here, and I'll put a couple links in the chat so you know where to find information about the global event as well as Trick or Treat for UNICEF.
For our members, Halloween means more than spooky decorations, cool costumes, and ghoulish treats. It's a chance to save lives and have fun. For less than the cost of a bag of Halloween candy, Trick or Treat for UNICEF helps raise money for the Brick by Brick project. Throughout the month of October, members and clubs are challenged to join us. CKI is also excited to officially welcome K-Kids clubs across the globe to join us in the exciting project in hopes to raise funds for UNICEF. For more information on Trick or Treat for UNICEF, visit circlek.org/brick-by-brick.
Oh, wonderful.
And actually, CKI is going to be raising funds for Brick by Brick all year long. And so if K-Kids would like to join CKI and do a fundraiser late in the year, of course, that could still be donated to the cause. And
Yeah.
here, there are a number of resources on that page, including downloadable canister wrappers that can be printed by clubs.
And watch for more information about all of these programs in your e-newsletter that comes out monthly. There was something in last month's e-newsletter, and there will be in this month's as well.
Okay. And then I have a couple of messages from our colleagues who are responsible for the youth protection program, and just wanted to give you a reminder. You may have heard that last week was Youth Protection Week, Kiwanis's annual event, and so our colleagues just want us to pose a few questions as reminders. Is your Kiwanis background check current? Have you completed the assigned abuse prevention courses in the Presidium Academy portal? I have up here the youth protection page on the Kiwanis website, which talks about policies and procedures, background checks, and also training and the helpline. And as well as the page that takes you to kind of gives you an overview of the Presidium Academy courses and how to get into the portal. And we will actually be sending links via email as well as putting them in the chat shortly, but sending an email with all of these links and a reminder of the different resources that we're sharing today. So, and one really important thing that they wanted us to pass on is the question about whether your local club, did your local club review or train members and chaperones that would be chaperoning kids on projects or at the club. So chaperones on youth protection policies during last week or this month. So you'll be receiving an email, the DAs will be receiving an email from the youth protection team about compliance. And just a reminder that the training modules are good for 2 years for the Presidium courses. And then finally, we're really excited to have sent out for maybe the first time in kind of some organized regular fashion, starting this process of gathering data from members and advisors. Each year we will start with surveys. Each year we will start with surveys for the members and surveys for the advisors and members at the end of the year. So we've just sent out the first invitation to advisors to share with their members a beginning of year survey. It will help us by doing them at the beginning of the year and the end of year. It will help us have comparative data to understand kind of how kids have progressed throughout the year. So what did they learn? What skills did they gain? What feedback do they have for us? And the same thing for advisors, except at the end of the year. For K-Kids this year, because we're starting this process of understanding what the experiences are for students and what they're learning, what they'd like to see more of, and how effective the materials are. This is it's a good piece of it'll give us some good information at the beginning of the year. We've also sent out invitations to the advisors to join us for interviews or for focus groups. And these are the Sign Up Genius sign up forms. And we're asking advisors to provide quite a bit of feedback this year so that we can go ahead and take all of that information and then this winter revise the materials. So what you and the clubs will see in the fall or about a year from now are new materials for K-Kids. We went through this process with Builders Club last year. And the clubs are just starting to see those materials now. So just wanted to kind of keep you informed about that. And we have, I have 2 more updates and then I'll turn it over to you, Lisa. Any questions so far? No, that's a lot. Yes, Elizabeth. I'm sorry,
Betty.
Betty. That's right.
You know, I've never gotten an emailed newsletter.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Oh, okay.
For years, the only thing I have received from you are these things about webinars.
Okay.
Is it the same address that you're using, Betty? I'm sorry, would you be checking the same address, email address that you gave us when you first when you provided contact information?
I'll give it again, but
okay, so you have one email address that you're using.
Carol.
Oh, no, we'll, yes, if you could put it in the chat box, that would be great. And we'll communicate with you tomorrow about it. But I would say this, we found with a number of advisors that they're on our mailing list. We, of course, will check if you are. But we think that what's happening is for some folks, just like with other kinds of email and communications, that things are going into your spam. So it's possible because our newsletters come from a different source, that may be going into your spam file. So we encourage for you to check your spam folder to see if that's where the communications is going. But of course, we'll check tomorrow, Betty, to make sure that you're on our mailing list.
Yes.
And of course, that's why Lisa works really hard to make sure that there's multiple ways to get to information. And so the newsletters are all on the website under
resources.
the lead.
Yeah, well, I guess they have a link from the administrator page. You're correct. Lead administrator and down there. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, any other questions? I'm going to take us off of sharing.
Lisa, this is Steve Corbett again.
Yeah. I can hear you.
You're loud and clear, Steve.
Oh, okay, good. I just wanted to, I had to switch computers. I have an old computer that's dying on me. So this is the new one. Anyway, I'm the Lieutenant Governor for Division 26 in the Carolinas over near the coast. And I'm also a key leader of camp site coordinator this weekend at Camp Thunderbird YMCA camp for our and I'm actually doing that while we're on while I was trying to get my phones connected up here. We have 40 students as of about 3 minutes ago, which I'm happy with. That was our target number to get to. And I'm also with the Carolinas doing the K-Kids and Builders Club. I will tell you, it's a pretty slow going. We're having problems getting faculty advisors, and secondly, we're having even problems getting Kiwanis advisors to be willing to do the SLPs.
Yeah. I think some districts are running into the same problem. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit. We'll let we'll come back and we'll discuss that. And I know Luana has a couple more things she wants to update, and then we'll come back. Oh, Christy, did you want to say something?
I do. So I am a teacher in these schools, and one of the things that the schools constantly run into is having proctors for testing that have the background checks in place. We have parents who want to do it, but they don't have the backgrounds in place. One of the great ways that you can kind of convince people that this would be a good fit is saying that Kiwanians have the backgrounds, that we can be the proctors, that's one of the ways that we as a club can support the schools that we are of course sponsoring. So maybe that is something that you can promote, saying that we can, because a lot of us are retired and have those days that we can come in and do that. But having that background check is instrumental in getting people into the schools that we need from the community.
Right. And they will need to get they'll have Kiwanis's background check, and of course youth protection training, which is kind of interesting to let people know. But when you go to the school, of course, you have to also do the background check at the school. But yeah. Oh, and yours you did. Go ahead.
Not in the state of Virginia or in North
Oh.
Carolina. North Carolina, they recognize North Carolina and Virginia. They recognize our background checks
Oh,
for coming in
really?
and being in the schools.
Okay.
As proctors for test, for being sponsors of clubs, not necessarily you're going to take over a classroom, but as a support personnel, thumbs up,
Okay.
at least in those two states.
Okay.
It turns out in North Carolina, we use the same, at least in our county, we use the same background check company as Kiwanis, so they will more than happy to take that.
Okay, that's good. Okay, good to know. I didn't realize that. I was thinking that all schools, I guess it's different state by state,
Correct.
everything is different state by state. Okay, well, with that, let's see, Luana, are there a couple other things? I know she wanted to share 2 more things, and then we will come back and have for more discussion.
We will.
Great points.
Just a note, kind of a notification that the renewal information went to Kiwanis secretaries last week, the last couple of weeks. And so we're asking some help on this. An important part of the renewal steps for us is that the secretaries put in the number of members that are in each club. It helps with materials fulfillment. It also gives us important information to understand the needs and the size based on the sizes of the clubs. So if you are, heavily involved in your Kiwanis club, or the secretary, if you could, pass that on, that's important. You've received communication that the renewal fee this year is $215. And just a reminder that the reactivation for 2022 is $22. So those are just some reminders and keeping you in the know. And then finally, I don't know how long sounds like some of you have been around for quite a while, and you may know that there used to be an SLP conference. And if that's news to you, then great. If it's not, and you always wanted to go to one or have been to one, we're starting it back up again this January. So January 13th through 15th in Las Vegas at Bally's, we will hold the SLP conference. So that is for DAs and for youth protection. Help me, Lisa.
Oh, the youth protection coordinators, they're going to be there as well.
Yes. So that is for the DAs from K Kids, Builders Club, Key Club, and CKI. And we're excited to share some more information very soon.
Sorry. Oh, my cat.
So that's, and very quickly about that, what's covered, Kiwanis will cover the hotel for DAs. But rooms, that's for shared rooms, and then most meals will be provided. And then you will need to provide your own transportation. So that's for that. It will start Friday evening on the 13th and then run through the afternoon of the 15th.
Yes, and we'll be sharing
That's
more
all.
information. So we'll make sure we have your emails so we can get that information out to you. Make sure you have what you need. And now we're kind of back to the discussion. And if you have questions or concerns, and it sounds like Steve had kind of shared some of the struggles at school. I love the idea about Kiwanis members who have background checks being able to help in the classrooms. You know, and if you can't get in there with K Kids, maybe bug or Terrific Kids, and then that might lead to a K Kids. So that's I don't know. And we've seen this happen before where Kiwanis Club has become comfortable at a school because they're delivering one of the either Bring Up Grades or Terrific Kids. And then the next step makes sense since the school feels comfortable with them and Service Club is established. That's the next step. So those two programs can be used to kind of kickstart and build K Kids at a school.
Lisa, I've made that same comment to a variety of folks that we have to play a little bit of a longer game than a new president coming in year by year and saying, okay, well, I'm going to try to do this. They're not going to do it that way. I've told them the same thing, Listening Post, and I'm particularly fond of Bug, but I think all of those, when I consider myself K Kids Builders Club, I actually change it to I'm the Kiwanis, pretty much the elementary school programs K-8, because I include not just K Kids and Builders Club, but I think Listening Post and Bug are really important for us to make an impact in the school, but also to develop some visibility to get there. So.
Oh yeah, good relationship, right? And
Yeah.
during the pandemic, that was a struggle for Kiwanis clubs to stay in touch. We had lots of clubs who were still providing Bug and Terrific Kids resources virtually to those schools to keep them engaged. So they couldn't do their K Kids club, but if they provided recognition that the teachers could then utilize to recognize the students with that program, that was done. So it was a great way to keep in contact with the school and keep the club involved. But yeah, those are, hopefully they're good programs and they are on the K Kids website. So under the start, I guess it's under the Discover page, you'll see start a K Kids Club, start Bug, start Terrific Kids. So, and you can access the PDFs and kind of look and see what those programs are about.
Could I ask a question? A Wilmington Club said they don't have any K Kids, Builders Clubs, any of them, but they do interact with the Boys and Girls Clubs. Club that's up there. Is that something where they can actually form a club in there, or is it not something that has been done?
No, great idea. Yes, we can form clubs outside of the school, homeschooling, other organizations that work with students, Boys and Girls Clubs. I don't know if we have a partnership with them now, Michelle. I can't recall if we used to have a partnership with Boys.
It's not as formal like
Okay.
that. But there's a great example of a club who has one in a museum, who has like a Builders and K Kids at a museum. During the pandemic, they couldn't get into the schools. And so basically they started meeting at a museum and it's still going and it's pulling from a variety of places. So
Wow.
Boys and Girls Clubs would be a great.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was in 2 newsletters ago online, so that you could check out the story about the museum, K Kids Club. Anyone else heard any interesting things going on, or any news you want to share, or challenges? I was trying to think if there's anything else. Just sharing the global event information. I did have a call from a teacher who's starting a K Kids Club. She wants more information about exactly what to do. She's the only advisor leading the club, and I'm going to be sending her some resources. And so one of the things I thought she could get started with is by watching the global event. Yes, Christy.
You can give her my information as well, and I will share her PowerPoints that I've created to help in getting started of possible ideas, of projects, things like that, how to run a meeting, all that good stuff, because I'm actively trying to create a K-Kids in the school district that I'm in. So
Okay.
definitely have lots of resources. Share my info and I'll help them out.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. She was
That
really
would be-
excited.
I'd love to see that in general for us, because then maybe we could help create something, that's on the website that anybody could download. We have a lot of stuff that is recruiting members.
Mhm.
I think we could create more stuff that is trying to get into the school, or, who might this PowerPoint be for? So if you have something that you're doing, we'd love to see it as well, and just kind of take a look at it and see how we can help support that.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the website,
teachers work really well with PowerPoints, Google Slides. I need to know, like, number 1, number 2, number 3, what materials I need, lay it out, make it easy for me. So I've definitely been I learned that with helping with the Key Club and trying to get them resources. And I'm like, oh, look at the website. And they're like, I don't have time to look at the website. I'm like, I have to use slides. Here you go.
Yeah, Christy, if you could share that, that would be a huge help. That would, there's so many talented people in Kiwanis, and I just don't think we share enough information, because we all seem to have to recreate the wheel ourselves, And truthfully, I'm not that bright compared to a lot of other people, so I can use all the help I can get.
that is one of the, that's kind of one of the motivations behind creating the videos for Builders Club and for K-Kids. And on the website, there are letter templates for district administrators. I'm sorry, for school district administrators, to be modified to send to school district administrators when you're trying to have the school district adopt SLPs. So there are actually letters on the website, and we try to highlight one of the last calls, maybe the last call that we had with DAs. We went to that page, Lisa went to that page and kind of showed the resources. So some of what they were asking for has already been created and are on the website. So
I'll just
I agree, because I have just in a kind of a unique position of being an active teacher and seeing all of the stuff that we do at our higher levels, and especially the ones that are in the classrooms and trying to do it. Sometimes it's just having the time to sort through it. That's why as an advisor, I really do try to streamline it as much as possible for the men and women in the classroom that are sponsoring these clubs, because they have the love and the connection with the kids. My job, I feel like, is more of just trying to, as easy as possible. Here's your 1, 2, and 3. Follow this. Do you need me to pick up materials? I'm on the way. I can pick up snacks and whatever helps them out. And as you know, this is my third year or second year of supporting the Key Club, and they love it. They need to streamline as much as possible. But I promise I'm going just to the website and pulling information there, especially those emails to spend out to principals and all of the people that were tried to influence and help.
Yeah, the homecoming campaign, exactly, just following up on what you were saying, Christy. This is something that came out right after towards the end of the pandemic. So I think this is year 2 or 3 that we're offering, information from the homecoming campaign, but it works nicely because there are templates and letters and things. But just so you can see, also for the faculty advisors that you want to get involved, letting them know some of the benefits, sharing the advisor handbook, homecoming resources so they can recruit members. Some of the things that we have partners with Kiwanis that also the advisors can utilize: Home Depot discounts, PerkSpot, eHealth, Kiwanis Travel. Some of these partners, all of these partners, an advisor can work with, and it might be of benefit to them. So they see that there's some kind of incentive as well. Additional incentive for being involved. So that's kind of neat. I was trying to think in the resources section for getting started right away, the meeting kits, I was going to send this to that new advisor because sometimes just having a ready-made, something that's ready to go, right? So ice-breaking activities they can use right away. And then getting started with club operations. So back to school, you know, with this, they've got everything right in front of them, the agenda. They can check out ideas for the kickoff meeting and simple icebreakers. So there's, you know, this was kind of fun. We did this and it linked to lots of fun resources. And we tried to include videos that teachers could utilize if they wanted, you know, something easy to grab to do for a meeting. And then the assessment worksheet and community mapping examples. That's kind of fun. So easy things they can use, you know, and worksheets they can download and that are fillable. So I don't know. Yeah, hopefully when we look at things with the program, we can make things a little more organized so they're easier to find on the website. Because I know that's the thing. It's hard to find things. Let's see. And then on your page, I think we talked about under lead, just so you know, under the advisors page, but under your page, I think the same thing, anything about webinars, you can watch previously recorded webinars and some from last year as well. And this information kind of shows you how to log on, anything you need for Zoom, and also how to access advisor contact information when you go into your portal. This is a nice little video. So when you log in, what do you do? So you've logged in, now what? Well, there's no sound, but it shows you can download your advisor information. There's the report section. This is for Action Club. K-Kids would show up for you in the same way. You just export. And of course, the correct year will show too. This was done in 2021. And then you save your Excel document in your files. And then you've got the information you need. So I just, you know, so you have some guidance on how to do that. And then this is information about, you know, what administrators do during the year. But in access to reports, frequently asked questions, but program kit materials so that you can access the promotional video here. Any of the materials that are going in the K-Kids member kit, they're available to you to send a link to someone if they need it, to download and look at it. So you've got it all right in front of you. If you want to share, you're trying to tell somebody about the program.
Sorry, Lisa, if your clubs have not received yet the materials yet, and they likely won't have, and they're asking for them, they can download materials, the digital materials from the website. There's more than what they will receive in their kit, but also the core pieces like the member handbook and the advisor guide are on the website to download digital versions.
Yeah, so so that's kind of handy to know it's there. And then also more tools to conduct virtual meetings. And one of the things we thought we might add here is how to link to videos to show how to play videos within Zoom, because that was something we struggled with. And we thought, well, if we're struggling with it, if you get a hold of the video and you can't share it in Zoom, we better share how to do that. So we'll add that. But anything you need to know is on this page. And we try to keep this updated. I don't know if you had other questions about where things were posted. The newsletters, of course, I don't have this last e-newsletter on there, but that's under resources, e-newsletters. And then there's one for advisors and our district administrators. And when you click here, you can click, I'll have October's up there shortly. And then you can see what was in the last newsletter. So here's about the global event. And it sounds like maybe some of you weren't getting these emailed to you. So we'll look into that because there's a lot of great information in these e-newsletters to keep you updated.
And Lisa, that story about the museum-based club was
in this one.
Chippewa. Mhm.
Yeah, that was the one with let's see, right here,
Yep.
right here. And then when you click learn more, you go to, this is under news and events and the information about that story. And then this banner about Trick or Treat for UNICEF right now in October. If you ever need to learn more, if you click there, it's going to take you to the partner Circle K. Just so you know, that's how you can get to that. And this should be on every page. And then engage, the big thing about engaging the Club Renewal Center. If somebody asks, what am I supposed to do? What are the steps? How do we renew our K-Kids Club? It's all right here, what they do. And they can also reach out to the member services team. Discover, remember we talked about Bug and Terrific Kids. If you can't get started, you know, Terrific Kids, and these pages are very just short and sweet. The recognition items, that takes you to retail to see what they've got. And then if you want to learn more or share, you can look at PDFs of the resources. And okay, and my cat, okay, Paisley, I don't know what his deal is. So you could just kind of see and share. It's easy programs that teachers can utilize in a way that works best for them in the classroom to motivate students toward goal setting, resilience, and positive mindset. And it all works well. You know, they get started with this program, then they move right into K-Kids, and Bring Up Grades is set up the same way. So just, you know, in case you need it. It's exactly the same. As you go here and you can see all the PDFs, and there's a parent guide. And we tried to make these really short and sweet so that people will utilize them. So that's it. But any questions or anything you wanted to see online? I'm getting a little better at finding things. Hopefully after we revise things with K-Kids, the website will come next and be more organized. But I guess we're at about an hour. So I guess we'll wrap it up. We appreciate you being here. You're amazing at what you do. We know, it's inspiring to us to see you, and we know it's not easy what we're asking you to do, but hopefully we're giving you good resources. We appreciate all you do, and we're here to help. So just watch for your e-newsletters, call if you need anything, or email. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And that is it. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It was really helpful.
Oh, good. Good. Well,
everyone.
Yeah, thanks for being with us this evening, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.